Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Moore. I'm principal here at Waialua Elementary School, and we're making a video to help parents understand some of the important points about homework, because we know that sometimes homework can be a source of drama and frustration. So let's begin. Number one, why do we give homework? Well, that's a really good question, and I'm going to answer it. Well, we give homework because it's practice. It helps move what we've taught to your child's long-term memory. See, the teacher teaches it during the day, but then we send the kids home, and if they don't practice, they'll forget what they've learned. The practice helps them remember what they've been taught. Number two, reviewing the homework lets the teachers check the student learning, because the teacher taught the lesson, but we don't always know for sure how well it took, how well it stuck into the children's minds. So when we check the homework the next day, if the kids aced it, then we know it worked. And if the kids struggle, then we know we need to go back and do some more teaching. All right, so I'm going to go over some important things to understand about homework. There's going to be 7 things, so let's get started. Number one, we don't give students homework without teaching them how to do it. I've had many parents say, oh my goodness, my child didn't know how to do the homework, and it was very stressful. But I promise you, we don't give them homework we haven't taught them how to do. Now, sometimes kids don't always pay really close attention, or sometimes they don't write down everything they need to write down. Sometimes maybe they just don't clearly understand and needed to ask a question. But I promise you, we did teach them how to do the homework. Number two, how hard the homework is depends on how students behaved at school. So the homework is a review of what was taught. If your child was really locked in and listened carefully and asked questions and was totally focused, homework will probably be pretty easy. On the other hand, if a child has an off day and they don't listen so well, or they don't ask a question, or they write the wrong thing down, then homework will probably be harder. But how hard or easy it is depends on what happens at school. Number 3, I know parents often are concerned that they think we give too much homework. But within the school day, there are chances for students to get a head start on their homework. A lot of times, a homework includes 30 minutes of reading. If you drop your child off at 7:40 and the bell rings at 7:55, that's 15 minutes right there. Or if it's a rainy day recess, that's another 15 minutes. Or if a child finishes their work a little bit ahead of time, that's 5 or 10 minutes. And sometimes the teacher gives the kids some time in class to do their homework or independent work and catch up. So there is time during the day for kids to get a head start. All right. Number 4, the amount of time it takes students to do the homework can be different than the amount of homework assigned. This means that a teacher can assign a half-hour worth of work, and if a student is procrastinating or distracted or just not in a good mood, that half hour can take 45 minutes or an hour. I had a teacher who was really worried because the parent told her it took 2 hours to do the homework. So just to test it out, she gave the next day's homework in class, and it turned out the kids could do it in 35 minutes. So if it takes a long time because there's drama or distraction or procrastination, it's not really the homework's fault. Okay, number 5. When teachers let students bring incomplete classwork home, that is not additional homework. So remember what I said, homework depends a lot on what happened during the day. If whatever reason your child didn't finish his classwork and a teacher gives him a break and lets him bring that home, it might seem like it's a lot of extra homework, but it isn't. It's homework plus whatever your child wasn't able or chose not to do during the day. Number 6. This is my favorite. If teachers assign a pack of homework a child has all week to do, it's not the teacher's fault if the child waits to the last minute. So very often a teacher will give out a pack of homework and tell the child, hey, today's Monday, This is due next week, Monday. If a child waits till Friday or Saturday or even Sunday to break out the homework, it's not like the teacher just gave them a giant pile of homework Saturday to do. They had the whole week to do it. If your child is proactive and starts working on Monday, does a half hour every day, they'll finish the packet with no trouble. Oops, uh-oh, it got stuck. Sorry, technical difficulties. Paper can be difficult to work with sometimes. Number 7, avoid homework drama. Homework is not life or death. There's 180 school days in a year. If there's a half a dozen times when your child just didn't have a good day or something went wrong and they're not able to do the homework, it's okay. It's all right. If your child says, I don't know how to do the homework, then you just say, well, next time make sure you do. And whatever the consequences are, it won't be anything horrible. But they'll probably just have to stay in a little bit, the next day to get the work done. So it's not the end of the world if the child can't do the work. It's only a problem if that keeps happening over and over again. If it happens a lot, that means there's something going on as far as the child being prepared and paying attention. But that can be fixed. It's not a problem. So those are the 7 things everybody needs to know about homework. So homework is really not that bad. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is very important and very useful. Just keep those things in mind, and I hope everybody has a nice evening with their family. Bye.
All we want is an honest effort from students on the homework. We don't expect it to be perfect. Not every item has to be completed exactly right. If you make an honest effort, your homework tells us what you know and what you need help on.
If you honestly don't understand the work, write down a question or explain the part that confuses you.